Okay, what do we have here? About an hour to go for the futures here, Wednesday the 14th. This is the YM, yesterday's short on the close. Fell on pivot, tested R1 and bounced back around. Jabbed one more time and came through. If the Bears can push this one through here, might get a running start. Not much follow through from FOMC, but that was the plan. So now equities are facing both a slowdown in spending and higher costs of doing business. Retail, they have to put stuff on the shelves, remember, so they have to go and get the cash, put the stuff on the shelves, and wait until Thanksgiving to break even, right? Black Friday. So same thing here again. If by chance we do get a late short covering rally up into 286 area, that would be another shorting opportunity if we're on the close here to stay short overnight again. Possibly, if it bounces off here, head and shoulders. If not, we're going to get a running start on here. Bonds, basically the same thing as the swipe. They ran them right into FOMC, and now they're working on reversing. Swiped all the highs. These are 4-hour charts. Basically the same thing through all of them. Grains and stuff are coming off. Remember, if you stockpile grain, just like buying silver on the grain itself, you're in the grain business. Well, it costs you more to store the grain and stuff, so the carry costs are going up too. This is part of everything. Here's the fives. Took shorts on the way up on the fives on here, and basically just going to let them fall through the bottom on here. Notes, same thing again too on the way up, shorting as soon as it started taking out the highs up in here. So that was basically it. We're swiping back, going back a ways here, a couple of months on paper. Beans, we'll treat this as a bull flag for now and see how things pan out on Thursday. Beans are susceptible to the heat. And are late bloomers too, so just in case the heat develops in July and August and not June. Two is basically the same thing, walked it all the way up, looking for resistance areas, banged all the way up to here. That was some serious pain here for the people who were short the twos going into this thing. Snake that one. That's why you play the chart. You play whatever you see on the chart. It went against all logic to come in here and buy this thing down here. And lo and behold, it really rewarded you up here on this. The margin on the twos is tiny, but $566, $100,000 in face value, and $15 a tick. So there you go. I already did that. But yeah, this one up here, I guess I should mark this one up. Wow. Massive short covering. Because it got painful. They have to come in. You've been short. This is all the way back to early May. You're running it all the way down. Oh, we're guaranteed they're going to raise rates. Yeah, they did, and look what happened. The day of all of this, you worked your whole position all the way down just to have it blow up on you. Wheat, possibly a lower high here, and then see if there's any follow through to the downside. UUP came back in for seconds on here, 25.09 on here. I don't like this one, but just due to the fact that the dollar itself is coming off. And bonds, I guess that one was 6A. 6A. 6A, basically same thing, ran up there, and we're getting some reversals on here too, so probably look for the dollar to continue to gather strength over the Pacific until Asia opens up. Any type of bounce on here towards 76 would probably be dealing with short. Have one rest in there just in case it gets whacked. Same thing here, British pounds. look for any type of strength to get in here. Also, with this here long British pound, New Zealand, British pound, Aussie, that kind of thing, you could lean that way. Canadian dollar got almost up there to another resistance level and fell short on here, so I'm going to expect it to basically chop sideways here. 6E basically went up, swiped the tops, just like the debt market rolled on over, so treating that as a failure for right now. Yen, same thing, came up, swiped, came off. Just a lot of pain here today for the funds in that. They got jerked out of great positions. Either greed or risk management. This June's not going to shape up very well for them. May, June is just going to be basically horrific. They had to endure it all, but that was the opportunity you're looking for. Anything that swipes up there into the debt market, it was a great opportunity. That's what I was looking for here. Here's a Mexican peso, basically kind of a rollover here. Commitment of traders, the people are getting long on here, so I think there's going to be some sort of washout in here. So save some powder to short U.S. dollar, Mexican peso after a sharp pullback. Same thing here. The Kiwi went up, rolled over. And 6S Swiss franc, even though people would run into it during times like this of uncertainty and stuff, it's not behaving properly. This would probably be a good time for the S&B to come in here and whack the Swiss franc. And oil, so we had EIA today. I was looking for some sort of bounce, basically hitting the 44 level is, remember, the happy place for like what, 9 months or something, was around 45 on regular crude. So here we are. And see if we get a hammer to play out on here. If there is further selling down to, say, 41 area, then things are going to be looked over at the equity side here. Now, mind you, it is a tax, gasoline comes off. It is basically a tax break, but if the behavior is we're not buying or spending, I mean, you don't even have to leave your house anymore to shop, right? If that's not working, cheaper oil won't, help with the situation. I mean, if you're buying on Amazon, saving 40 cents isn't gonna, you know what I'm saying? ES, I have to believe that this is this for now. Snagged another one across the top here. What was that? 42, 43 area up in here. It's going to come down to the even number here, 2,400, just like I said with the Dow. I think this will probably come down pretty deep here. Target, we'll just put down a target of 24. Well, target, we'll do this 23.98. For it to roll over here. But like I said, something precipitous. Similar to the NASDAQ. Here was gold. Gold made a roaring attempt into it and came back off here. The stop was moved up to 68 and went slicing through here. It did bang off one of the other pivots in here, so that was kind of nice up here. Back up to the 42, 43 area. This is going to be difficult for the bulls here. They had attempted to make a shot. It didn't work. The dollar's been beat up, but each market's its own, so any follow through on the downside is going to be precipitous decline. We're back to the 55 area. Well, that really doesn't help out when we're sitting at 1300 here, so but decent trading. Okay, that was euros. Copper came off again, took part down here from up in here, so it's about a 10-cent move or $2,500. Not too shabby in 3 or 4 days. Still have one more to go here. See if we get some follow through to the downside. Heating oil, basically trying to say that maybe this is the final wash out of the leg lower here. what are we at here? Cows, skip cows. Natty gas. Natty gas came down. If by chance it does break under, like I said, the 90 level or so, then the next level, besides in the 80s, is about 74 if it's a hard washout. You have a lot of people buying in on the heat and stuff, so. D gas is pretty well beat up, or is pretty well extended. Wish there was some options on that. Okay, 57. See, this is a bear flag here. This isn't very good. It looks like though they're trying to make a stand here with, what do we have, 20 minutes left. Need to do something here. We're at the lower range here, but I don't see much of the follow-through swing on the upside on here. So this is basically like a chop. Pattern looks similar to like your Bitcoin and stuff. I did mention about Bitcoin and that and the cryptos. You know, if you're going to treat them like currency, what happens if you're not purchasing stuff with it? I know what the big picture looks like, but we thought the same thing with the internet. So, okay, NASDAQ. Platinum and palladium. This was some rock and roll on here today too. Took a long from this morning at 26, got up to 50. Said sign R. Same with the gold and the silver and everything else. Banged off the. You know, you go basically from, you know, the old, you know, S1 to R1 kind of thing on here. There's still a lot of short covering. Palladium, I believe, didn't make it. So that came up short. Okay, neither way here. Alright, so that was the pause on palladium here. Not much action here, but it is kind of holding up here. That's quite of interest, though. Didn't get much vol on it. Gasoline, same type of thing. That is this, you know, you get a heavy volume bar. Is this the bottom on this thing here? You know, same type of play out here, gasoline and stuff, as the metals, which of course is interesting. Here's silver, same type of deal, banged up against into. There's a couple of pivot lines here. These minor red ones, besides the major dailies and weeklies and stuff. Little red ones in here too. Banged off the upper moving averages and rolled back over here. Quite the deal. This is usually pretty indicative of a collapse here. You end up with the bears having to cover, and then the bulls fall apart, and so it basically cleans out both sides. Bonds and stuff here, basically the same type of deal. Okay, gold just lost 1260. So same type of deal. Poked its head through here, decent enough. Decent enough that. You know, that it poked its head through as a short on there. I think that's it. VIX is beginning to kick up and back down to the Dow here. So any bounce up to here, this is a pivot for tomorrow on the Dow. We'll say 290, 21,290. But I'm, you know, if we get some follow through weakness here later in the day here, we're down to the last 45 minutes ago. So we're going to see how this pans out. But watch the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ rolls over one more time. What are we at? Thursday, Friday. Look for a hard decline here. There's going to be a fight there in the NASDAQ. So there.